Yo, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Check these out, bro. I just got these in the mail from Keeping Up with the Barbarians. If you guys heard of them on Instagram, good friends over there. We're doing a collaborative pin drop. These are pretty sick, man. Spec'd out to my E92 M3. They got the E88s on it, the GT4 wing on the back. Let's open one up. Pretty freaking cool. I'm gonna be dropping these on Instagram and on the website soon here. There's only 50 of them, so see 1 out of 50 right here. So leave comments down below if you guys want a pin. I'm gonna be doing some giveaways on these pins and we'll figure out how I'm gonna do it. Just follow me on Instagram and you'll see some updates. I'll post something on YouTube about it, but yeah, these look forward to. Pretty cool. I will tell you one thing that I am eternally grateful for now that I am a grown-up with grown-up money is remote start.
Hi, little girl. What are you looking at?
The G87, been living with it. Oh God, I love it, bro. I love this car. I love this car. The reception of it has been really, really positive. I'll be honest with you guys. I wasn't quite sure how most people would take this one because it's like a newer car and it's a bit controversial. And I bought it in the transmission that is also, I think, maybe, I don't know. It's been split. Like some people are really all about the manual and some people are really all about the automatic. And I don't know, man. In my opinion, with the seat time I've had, like the automatic is the way to go with these bigger, heavier cars. But that's enough of that. We'll talk a little bit more about transmission when we get in the car and we're driving. I am on my way to, I started boxing, dude. This is fucking random. I started boxing in 2024. I'm like 6 training sessions in right now, going to my 7th as we speak. And man, it has been an absolute life-changing experience. No real reason either. I just wanted to learn a new skill and I wanted to do something that was active for the winter. Literally just like Googled the closest boxing gym and I found this really, really awesome trainer and it's changed my life. It's been like one of the best things that I've decided to implement into my life. So now I train on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And like I said, I'm 6 sessions in, man. From the first one to the one that I'm at now, the difference between my skill is really, really awesome to watch. I film every single session so I can see the difference. And in the end, I'll make like a compilation video. But yeah, we got boxing at 9 a.m. So we're gonna go do that. And then when we come back, we're gonna talk a little bit about the G87. Great things, love the G87, awesome car. It's tons of good news that's happening with the car. Awesome companies on board. One not so great thing. The car has to go back to the dealership on Friday and I'll show you why in a second here. And then also we are taking the M3 over to storage. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I'm a little bit sad about this. I just want to keep them all here, you know? I hate the fact that I have to put one of these cars into storage. I just am not, I'm not looking forward to it, but it is what it is, man. I just don't have the space right now and we're not staying in this house forever. We are probably gonna be out here in the next year or so and we are looking for property because it's time for your boy to level up. So man, it's freaking cold out, you guys. I had some people in the last video when I said it was cold, they were like, cold, what do you mean? I live in Antarctica. I wasn't trying to say that where I live is colder than you, man. I'm just saying for North Carolina, it's freaking cold. Oh, the fleet is looking good. Dude, look at how great the M3 looks. Oh, it's just, I love this car so much. And I hate the fact that I have to put this in storage. I can't just let the G87 sit outside, man. I just can't. We're gonna have to put this in storage for a little bit until we have more space. I wish I could put like a bend pack lift in here, but it's just not tall enough, dude. It's just not tall enough. So it is what it is. The 1 Series stays for right now. The 1 Series is under the knife currently, as you will see here. Yeah, I mean, you probably know why. You've heard me talk about some additions I'm making to this car. But maybe when I finish this up, I'll swap out this one for this one. I don't know. But the reality is, you know, I daily drive this car right now. This E39 is just chilling. Yeah, I'm in a bit of a predicament, guys. Look at how good the G87 looks. Can you see why I'm taking this to the dealership? We've got a little bit of a problem. There is water in this headlight. And it's not just fog, it's not just condensation, there is water inside of it. The other one is completely dry. I noticed this when I took delivery of the car, and I'll be honest, I was kind of like, well, it's probably not the biggest deal. It might go away after a while, which is what they thought in Rhode Island as well. And this isn't really anyone's fault, it's just a manufacturing defect, because I actually looked it up and some other G42s and G87s are struggling with the same issue, but apparently the seal is bad on this headlight. So I took it into BMW and they took a look at it and they were like, yeah, yeah, there definitely shouldn't be like running water. So it's natural to get a little bit of fog in there, and usually that will go away when you drive because these are vented in the back. But if you get water in here like this, that is not normal. This should be replaced under warranty. And what can happen is that water can drip down and get into the modules and fry things up, and just, yeah, all bad all around. So I immediately went to BMW and I was like, yo, this doesn't look right. Like, you guys take a look at it. They're like, yeah, that's not right. So they're taking the car back on Friday and they are replacing my headlight for me. Eternally grateful for a warranty, because guess what, fellas, when that kind of thing happens to any of these other cars, I am the warranty. I am the warranty. So it is what it is. But yeah, man, outside of that, super awesome car, dude. I fucking love this thing. Dude, remote start is the truth. Like, oh my God, it is so good. You know, all these other cars, they're great, but they just don't have these like newer features that I'm telling you. Like, I started daily driving this car and man, I love it. It's just such a nice change up from having all the other cars. And the buckets, man, the buckets are the truth. So yeah, I had a lot of people in the previous video, which I was kind of surprised. Like, first of all, the response has been great with the G87. I was kind of like surprised with how many people were hyped about it. I had a few people who were like, I can't believe you got the G87 in automatic. Like, that's NPC spec. What transmission choice did you pick for your G87? You know what I mean? But seriously, you guys, you got to drive these cars. I mean, a lot of people are like trying to tell other people what they need to get for transmission, and they've never even driven both of them. You have to drive the cars. These are not F-Series, E-Series cars. Here is how I look at all of the cars and their transmission choices. If you are going to get, like my E82 135 manual, all day, no questions asked, like that is the transmission that is just fantastic in that car. Unless you were to S65 swap it, I would probably go for the DCT. Why? Because the DCT is really freaking good. But it also depends on what you're trying to do with that car. I mean, are you trying to track the car? Is it a street car? Are you into drag racing and roll racing? Like, all of these things play a different role into what transmission you're gonna pick, obviously. If I were to pick the E92 M3, I could have both of them. Like, I really love the manual transmission for street driving, but I really love the DCT transmission on track with that car. That is like the perfect setup. When you have a manual transmission, you're spending more time focusing on which gear you're in and changing gears than like just driving the course. I prefer having something like DCT or automatic. I've tracked both manual and automatic cars. I just prefer having the DCT or the automatic. That's just my preference. E82 135, I would take manual. E92 M3 could go both ways. I think it just depends on what your use is for the car. Majority of people are probably going to be happier just going with the manual because it is a lighter, and you know, the V8 and the gear ratio, like everything responds really well with the manual transmission in that car. If I were building a track car, E92 M3, I would 100% pick a DCT because it's just faster. It's just faster and it's just better shifts, and it's just gonna make way more sense for you on track. When it comes to any of the G series, I am picking automatic transmission every single time. When the G80 M3 was released, the first one that I drove, like I think I had one of the first videos out on the G80 M3. It was a manual. When I got there, I looked at that car, the Supra at the time, I got in it. I also had the E36 M3 at the time. I got in the G80 and I was like, dude, this car is gonna be so sick in a manual. Like, I would buy it in a manual if I were to buy this car. People are gonna love it in the manual. The fact that BMW is keeping the manual around is like huge, etc., etc. Got in the manual, absolutely hated it. Immediately felt weird right from the rip. The car was way too big, way too like heavy and bulky, and like the transmission just didn't feel good. I feel like even in a lot of the F-Series cars, the manual just doesn't feel great. I would go DCT in any F-Series. Well, let me take that back. F87, I would probably pick you could go either way. You could go either way in the F87. You could go manual or you could go DCT. Both are gonna be really good, and they're gonna do everything that you need them to do. But F80, F82, DCT every single time. There's just no question about it. The DCT is so good, you guys. It's so good. My biggest concern about the automatic transmission and why I thought that the manual was going to be so much better in the G Series cars is because I thought that the ZF would be too, it wouldn't be close enough to the clamping force and the aggression that the DCT has. I was really worried about that. I wasn't quite sure that the ZF would have the same characteristics as like the DCT. Well, I was wrong about that. So drove the manual, realized quickly this is not it in the G80. Drove a G82 in manual, drove the G87 in manual. I thought even maybe, okay, well the manual in the G87 might be better because it's a little bit smaller, barely, than any of the other G80. No, not the case, dude. It's still a big, heavy car. It just doesn't, the G Series cars just don't make sense with the manual. That's my opinion. Don't crucify me for it. I'm not saying your car's bad. I'm not saying your transmission choice is wrong. I'm just saying this is my opinion, you guys. The aggression that this transmission has, the clamping force is extremely good. Like, it's incredible. You can actually, when you're driving this car with the manual, with the paddles, it drives so good. It does exactly what you need it to do. It does it really, really efficiently and fast. And that's exactly what you need. And that is just all you need out of a transmission like this. It's just paired so well with this car, you guys. And you don't need to take my word for it, bro. Just go drive both. Just go drive both. And if you want to get the manual, then get the fucking manual. You know what I mean? I just think that the older cars are better suited with manual. So that's kind of where I stand when it comes to picking up one of these cars and which transmission you're going to choose and why. And it doesn't mean that your choice is wrong or my choice is right. It just means that I have a different preference than you. But I'm really, really happy with this. I bought this for a reason because I had driven it and I had some experience with it. And yeah, dude, this car in general, bro, is like, oh my God, it's just so good. It's so good. So I have realized the gas consumption is pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. It definitely goes through gas a little bit quicker than I expected. Like, I knew that these things tend to consume gas pretty good, but it's, yeah, you notice it. You definitely notice it. I hardly did any driving yesterday. I just went to the shop. We reopened CES yesterday after the holidays, and man, I definitely went through some gas. But I was making videos and I was playing around and having fun, and it's to be expected when you're in M2. S58 takes a little bit longer to warm up, I've noticed, than some of my other cars. Usually when it gets to about 210-ish is when it's at operating temp, so it takes a little bit longer to warm up. It's another thing I've recognized. Having the screen, oh, I love the screen. I know some people don't like this big ass screen, bro. I fucking love it. I love it. I mean, all my other cars are single hump, or, you know, they don't have any screen at all, or any CarPlay or anything. This is nice. Like, having a car, dude, that you just accept is like your daily driver, and it's got the new tech, and that's why you bought it. I'm loving it. I'm still getting used to everything. Like, everything is so new to me, you guys. I've only been with the car for a couple of days. It hasn't even been a week, and I'm still getting used to it. One thing that I am really, really happy about with this car, obviously, are the buckets. And what I've come to realize is that this is a very special spec because of the buckets and because of the transmission. It's special. Like, there's not many of them out there. Like, if you are in the market for a G87 right now, you know the struggle of finding a decent spec, because I looked for months, dude. I looked for months, and I got really, really lucky with the one that I ended up picking up. But the handling is phenomenal, dude. Phenomenal. Like, even in comfort, it's really incredible. The guys over at Evolve, Imran, I don't know if you guys know Imran. They own Eventuri and Evolve. They are sending out some goodies for this car. I'm really excited to try them out. You know, eventually I will do like a really, really, really nice suspension setup, but I decided to just throw on some springs to see how it would react. And I think that'll be cool. It'll be just like a simple little add-on mod that'll carry me until the track's open in spring, and then I can go out on the track and really have fun and play around. And we are going to, man, this thing's gonna be a monster, you guys. Like, the people that I have on deck to help build this car is gonna be sick. So, got Ozza Auto Wheel building my steering wheel. This steering wheel is it's not my favorite. The steering wheel's not my favorite. I said that in the other video. It's just, I don't know. It's just kind of lame. The 2025, the LCI steering wheels are so nice though. So I'm basically mimicking the 2025 LCI steering wheel. I'm pulling up the boxing right now and I'm gonna get some training in. I'll show you guys some of the training video right here. But then we're gonna head home and we're gonna take the M3 over to storage and kind of say goodbye to that car, man. Ugh, not bye, but just we'll see you later. All right. Right here. Push. Push. Okay. Go. Yes. Come on. Go. Go. Good. Go. Jump. Jump. All right, day 7 at RT Boxing complete. Whew, man, your boy is exhausted. It is like, honestly, one of the best workouts you can get is getting into boxing. But I'm gonna head home. Time to pick up the M3 and take that over to storage. Yeah, sucks that it's gotta go to storage, but hey man, it's better than like selling it. You know what I mean? Could be worse. Could sell the thing. Like that would be way worse. At least I'm not doing that. I'm doing everything I can to keep all my cars. I also had people got mad at me because I have gloves. You guys are crazy. Oh girl. All right, let's park the M2. The nice part about having the M3 at my storage though is I'll be able to swap it out like real easily. I'm storing it at my buddy's shop. So if I ever need to get anything done with him, he does like PPF and wraps, I can just leave the car there. Holy, this car is so much wider than the M3, bro. I'm gonna have to move the 1 Series over at some point. Oh, okay, I had room. I gotta learn the dimensions of this car. The car is really wide, but it's hard to like gauge the dimensions of it if you're not used to it. You know I'm opening that exhaust, buddy. Do you guys like the yellow CSL DRLs? I'm really on the fence about that. Like if you remember back to my M4 GTS, I put them on and I took them off immediately. Like I don't know. I just felt like they like cheapened it. I don't know what to think, man. Like, I think they look cool, but I feel like they're just kind of like everyone does them. Like they're kind of like the GTS taillights to me now. Oh, I hate to say that, man. They kind of like turned into the GTS taillights a little bit. You guys agree with that? I don't know. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that. Dude, I will say the great thing about the E92 M3 is like this sucker warms up so quick. Like the S58 takes forever to warm up, to get to operating temp. This thing will be warm in like 3 minutes. And that's not like, I'm not driving it hard or anything. That's just how these just warm up quick. Oh, I just love it, dude. This car just drives so good. Like, it's, oh man, it's the perfect E92 M3. I mean, there's definitely better ones out there. I'm not saying mine's the best. I'm just saying, like, for me, this car drives like exactly how I would want it to drive. Really wild going from the M2 to this. It's like so different, man. Such a different car. Holy crap. But like there's things you love about it and things you don't love about it, you know? Just like any car. Like no car is like perfect, you know? Every car's got like a thing. But some of these cars do it pretty damn good. One thing I do have to do is put the OEM cup holders in. These like Amazon ones are trash. They just like rattle. They sound terrible. Super, super annoying. This car gets like a little bit of rubbing. So good. This car is stupid good. And then there were two. Dude, look at how much bigger this car is than this car. It's crazy. Going from the E92 to this, absurd. It's just ridiculous. This car is going to sound pretty crazy in a couple weeks. Pretty crazy. I'm still kind of like toying with the settings. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm in the M2 mode right now. I have it set up, everything's full aggression, but yeah, I'm still kind of like messing around with it, seeing what I like the best. Back to my point earlier about the ZF transmission, man, it is so good. Like the shifts, they're crisp. The 2025 version, you can remap this car to have the 2025 map without even unlocking doing the femto unlock. So I'm 100% doing that. And then I believe the CS flash is for transmission and diff. I'll probably do that as well. But and all of that, you don't need to like have anything unlocked in order to do that, which is pretty cool. But even at like the way it is right now, completely stock, like dude, the transmission feels awesome. It feels awesome. It's really, really good. I mean, listen to the shifts, dude. They're fast. They're fast, and you can hear the like grabbing. Hear the clutches just grabbing. It's good. It's a really good E36 M3 silver. Beautiful. Beautiful. I think it was an M3. Pretty sure. So, heading to this little spot right now. I'm gonna take some photos. I haven't even taken photos of this car. Yo, crazy shit just happened. Oh, dude, there was a cop chilling back there. Dropped the camera, took everything off so he wouldn't see me, obviously, like with the fucking camera. And I was going a little bit fast, but I like halted real quick. Turns out the dude was radaring the opposite end of traffic, and then he turned his lights on as soon as I passed, and I was like, oh snap, he got me. Turns out it wasn't me. These guys that are like blowing leaves, dude, they just blow shit into people's cars. It's fucking crazy. You guys ever see that? There's like just rocks and all kinds of shit like into people's cars. That ever happened to you? Oh my god. These brakes are a little squeaky. Anyone else on here have the blue brakes and they're like a little bit squeaky? I'm kind of noticed that. It's almost like I have like track pads in it. The braking feels good though. I mean, listen how fast those shifts are, dude. Good. They're really good. I mean, with the trans flash, this thing's gonna rip. I love this little spot, dude. We shot the oneer here. James and I came here and shot the oneer here, and it's such a good spot because you can shoot it like in the middle of the day because it's all shaded, and it's like in this little alley, dude. It just looks so sick. It looks so sick. See what I mean with the lighting though? This is like, you can get away with shooting in the middle of the day because it's really good lighting. I think I'll park this one right here. Just getting a couple of shots. I'll let you guys come with. Got a new camera too. Shooting on Nikon now. Boys, I was a Canon boy for a long time. But this thing, yeah, I got converted to the Nikon, but I love it. Freaking love it. It looks so good. With my headlight with water in it. Got a polarizer on the front too. This car will look so good when I'm done with it, you guys. Like, it's definitely gonna take a little bit of work, but you know your boy gonna cook. You know your boy gonna cook. Freaking dude. Love the interior of this car, man. Freaking love it. It's just so good. It's just so good. So freaking good. All the angles, boys and girls. All the angles. I'm still trying to figure out, like, I can't get the, like on the Canon you can touch it and it will focus wherever you touch, and it used to do that on here and then it stopped. I don't know how to get it back to that. I gotta play with this camera, bro. I've only used this camera like 3 times. But I love it. I love it. The image quality is insane. Like, dude, it shoots so good. Watch this little video. Oh, that was sick. Yeah, the image quality is fucking nuts, dude. So yeah, I don't know, man. I'm kind of on the fence about the yellow DRLs. Like, I just really like the white. I think the white is like kind of just classy looking, dude. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. All right, we're gonna wrap this up.